one financial rule that almost every Kenyan grows up hearing. There's one financial rule that every family member in Kenya grows up hearing. Buy land, it never loses value. Your parents said it, your uncles repeated it, your friends believe it, your colleagues believe it. And for many years, that advice has made sense. But today I need to say something controversial, that your plot might be making you poor on every single day. Not because land is bad, land is very good. My house is built on land. Houses are built on land. Everything runs on land. But because people buy land the wrong way, sorry, and for the wrong reasons, the wrong time, the wrong stages of life. And secondly, we live in a cash flow ecosystem, not in an asset accumulation system. And a 5 million plot, if we do a lot of content on retirement planning, a 5 million plot may delay your retirement. And the same amount of money, 5 million, could easily be producing 58,000 every single month instead. But first, you must understand the dangerous trap that to avoid being rich on paper and poor in cash. That was part one. So let's look at the trap. There's someone, and I'll call him Uncle James, for example. And Uncle James worked hard for his entire life. And so every time he saved money, he bought a piece of land. One plot in Rongai, another plot in Malindi, another plot in Konsa, another plot in name them. On paper, Uncle James is worth 20 million Kenyan shillings. But a couple of years ago, he needed an urgent 500,000 for an emergency that arose. And he couldn't raise the money. Not because he was irresponsible and not because he was poor, but because his wealth was producing no income. And every asset that he had was silent. And this is called being asset rich and cash poor. And it's very common in Kenya today. And yes, people say just sell the land. It's very simple in theory. 4 words, just sell the land. But very hard in reality. Selling land in Kenya takes time. Selling land in Kenya requires patience, and it can test you to the core. It can take 6 months, sometimes 12 months, sometimes years, while emergencies do not wait. Bills do not wait, fees do not wait, and land also carries its risk. So I want us to do some math here. So imagine you have 5 million Kenyan shillings, then you have got 2 choices. Option 1, buy a plot of land. Option 2, invest that money in an infrastructure bond. And I'm going to be very specific, infrastructure bond. Now, let's start with the plot. If you buy a plot somewhere or land somewhere, I'm not going to mention those towns, but buy a plot somewhere for 5 million Kenyan shillings. After 5 years, that plot might have appreciated to 7 million. Right? And that sounds very good on paper because you have made 2 million. But this is the real question. During those 5 years, how much income was the plot producing? You know the answer, 0. So you got the 2 million after the 5 years. But if we check on a monthly basis, there's nothing that you are getting. And we are talking about investment here. Now, for 60 months, that is 5 years, your money did nothing. Now, compare that to an infrastructure bond. Infrastructure bonds currently they have averaged between 14% to 16%. That number can go lower and that number can go higher per year. And that money is tax-free. That means that your 5 million investment will roughly earn you 700,000 Kenya shillings per year. Averagely, that is 58,000 per month, sometimes more. and that money is real. It enters into account on a biannual basis. So averagely, that will give you between 3.5 to 4 million shillings in income, not on paper, but cash value. So here is the real choice, that either deciding on a silent plot or an investment that sends you monthly salary. So what should you do instead? So if your goal is, and I'm very categorical so that you don't come here saying that I bought a plot and now it's worth 20 million after 17 years. If your goal is financial security, focus on income producing assets. And here are three options that I want to give out. Number one, government bonds. You lend money to the government pays you interest, and infrastructure bonds are especially very attractive because tax free. You don't pay tax, and they can become foundation of any retirement planning. Option number two, REIT, real estate investment trust fund. And many people, yes, love real estate, but you don't need to buy land. You can invest in REITs. A REIT gives you it's an income producing asset. So look at shopping malls, office buildings. So you buy units, then the fund collects the rent, you receive dividends, no tenants, no repairs, no title disputes, no headache. Option number three, I'm just putting this one here as an alternative, money market fund, where it's done basically for liquidity. Every investor needs liquidity. Every person needs liquidity because of emergencies that always arise. So money market funds are always ideal for this because you can access your money on a very short time period. So your money grows while still remaining available. So the Kenyan love for land is cultural. Our parents trusted land, yes, because they could feel it. But the financial world has significantly changed, and today you have got better tools: government bonds, real estate funds, money market funds, and assets that produce income on a monthly basis. Because the goal of investing has shifted from entirely being ownership to being cash flow. So do not become land rich and cash poor, because at some point you might be forced to liquidate the asset, the land, at a lower price so that you can get cash flow. So make your money work for you. And if this video has helped you to think differently about money, subscribe, because we look at the deeper aspects of financial literacy, investments, and retirement planning. I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye for now.